Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you a small pantry makeover. I'm super excited about this project. I did my parents' pantry and the before and after is so good. So stay tuned if you like organizing, cleaning, and decluttering videos. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a declutter, organize, and clean with me. I did my parents' pantry on this particular day and I had so much fun doing it. So I'm just showing you the before of what their pantry looked like. They've been living in this house for about 2 years now, but never really did like a good organized system from the beginning. So we've been talking about doing this for a while and I'm super excited that I was finally able to do it for them. So with any good decluttering, organizing, and cleaning project, I'm going to get the space totally emptied out and we're gonna get the closet cleaned out before we do anything. If you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up if you like cleaning, organizing, and decluttering videos. I do a lot of motherhood lifestyle content on my channel and I would love to have you along for the journey. So make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any of our content. And we're just gonna continue to get this space emptied out and I'm gonna show you guys everything once we get it all pulled out. So as I was pulling everything out of the pantry, I was kind of looking at it already to look at the expiration dates and see if there was anything that was expired. My parents are pretty good in the fact that they do use most of the things that they had in their pantry. So there were minimal things that were expired. So I'm just gonna continue to take everything out and kind of organize it by category when I'm bringing it out so that it's just easier to put away. And I'm kind of showing her some of the things that I thought might be good for her to get rid of. So I'm going to put everything out, look at the expiration dates. We're gonna get rid of anything that's expired. And then once I'm done with that, I actually end up shutting the camera off and I let her go through everything and decide what she was keeping and if she was getting rid of anything before I start then emptying everything into containers and get everything just to the point where you can look and see what you have versus everything being in boxes. It's hard when you have things in boxes, especially in a small pantry, because things get lost so easily. So we tried to utilize as many small storage containers, clear storage containers as possible. This project, we actually used the majority of the containers my mom already had, but all of those containers you can pretty much find at like Walmart or at like any Home Goods, or you can order them online as well. But I absolutely love clear storage containers. So the next step was just to get everything wiped down and the closet cleaned out since it was empty. I did use the eco cloths for this project. I have been loving my eco cloths and my mom actually has a set too. So I didn't have to bring mine, I was able to use hers, but I'm just gonna get every shelf wiped out. And then I'm also going to wipe out the floor. I end up vacuuming it. And then I just did a quick wipe down on my hands and knees with no mop just because it is a small area, so it wasn't worth like getting a mop out. And I'm also gonna wipe down all of the trim. So we're gonna start with a clean blank space and then we're gonna get all of the food put into as many clear containers as possible.
If I will ever figure out where the road goes, even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Okay, so this is everything pulled out from the pantry, and this is the point where I let my mom go through everything and see if there was anything that she was getting rid of. And then now I'm going to go and put everything into clear containers. She likes things in clear containers as well. So I kind of had free reign of this part of the project. So I just went through and did all this, and then I have my label maker with me. I'm gonna make labels for everything. And then I kind of asked her where she wanted things back in the pantry before I started putting everything back in. Since this is their pantry, I needed it to be as functional for them as possible, so not maybe necessarily as it would be functional for me, but as for them. So there were certain shelves that she was used to having certain things on, and so I tried to put everything back pretty much in those spots just so that they know and where to look for everything, and they're not going to not be able to find anything. It's hard when you're organizing somebody else's space, because when I'm organizing it for myself and my family. So yeah, I just went and kind of put everything back where it was going to be, but it's going to be so much more aesthetically pleasing and easier to find things because a lot of things were in clear containers. So I wanted to make sure everything was full, and so when I was doing the oatmeal there was still some in the bottom. So what I did was I took the oatmeal that was in the bottom of this container and dumped it into cups. As you see, I'm pouring it back in just so that the older oatmeal could sit on the top, so that I wasn't dumping new fresh oatmeal on oatmeal that had been sitting there. So there's a tip too, to kind of take the stuff out of your container if you want to fill it, and then put the old stuff on top.
Just thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego.
So my mom used to go through and just cut a part of a cereal box or container off and tape it to her containers. My grandmother used to do this, so it's something that my family has done for a really long time. So it's kind of funny to see that she does that because her mom does that. But she was so excited to have labels. She's like, make sure you bring your label maker because I want them to all have labels on them. So I'm just going through and putting labels on all of her things now. I will say though, most of these cereal containers she already had for a couple of years. The cereal containers that I got for my project when I did my pantry are from Target, and they are clear and they're really good quality. So if you're looking for really good quality cereal containers, I would definitely recommend checking out Target.
Nothing left, just thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego. Your ego. Your undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble and everlasting ego. Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes.
So right before I left my house, when I was grabbing the supplies that I wanted to take along with me, I reminded myself to take the refill for the label maker, and I'm so glad that I did, because right when I was in the middle of doing this portion of the video, the labels ran out. And I would have been so mad if I had to run home. We only live 4 minutes away, but when you're in the groove of an organizing project, the last thing you want to do is stop and walk away from it, because you just want to keep going and get it done and see what it looks like. So I'm so glad that I remembered to take that. I usually only use the label maker at my house, and so when I'm there, obviously, I have my refills at my house, but since I was doing this project at my mom's, I had to bring my supplies with. But I just love how this is turning out so far. Let me know if you like to use clear containers. I just really think that it totally changes a project and just makes everything look so much cleaner and aesthetically pleasing. I was like this long before the home edit, but I absolutely loved that show on Netflix because they love clear containers. And again, I just think it's so much easier for you to be able to see like what you have, and when you're getting ready to go to the grocery store, make your list of what you need. It just makes so many things easier. The next thing that I'm going to do is kind of get everything put back into the closet, and you're going to see that I rearrange a couple of things, because with any decluttering and organizing project, you think things are going to turn out one way, but sometimes it takes a little bit of moving around until you find exactly the right system or the best system that's going to work for you. And as you can see, my thought process was to put all of the pasta on this shelf because it was right above like the pasta sauces and all the Italian things, but it just really wasn't working out, so I ended up moving them over to this side. But I wanted to get all of their back stock organized behind the clear containers before putting them in. So that's what I started with, kind of putting all of those boxes and all of the extra supplies behind the current stuff. And then you're gonna see this took a little bit of rearranging. It was kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, but once I got everything put in, it looked really good. My mom was so excited when I showed her the end of this project because all the stuff that was like on the corner of her floor in the pantry, it all had a home now. And so she's like, where is everything? And I'm like, it's all put away. We organized it all. So she was so excited with how it turned out. But I'm going to show you guys the after in just a few minutes here so you guys can see how the project turned out. But again, it turned out so good, but it's also functional, and that's what you want to do with the decluttering and organizing project. You should use whatever you have first and then go buy new containers. I never start a project like buying new containers ahead of time unless I know there's something specific that I need, because then it sometimes gets a little overwhelming because you have so many like containers and you don't know what to do with them. So like I said, for her project, I pulled everything out and kind of looked at it. She had gotten like 1 or 2 containers that she thought that she wanted to use that we ended up using, but everything else she already had. Now, I will tell you the potatoes and onion container that you're gonna see here in a minute, they are from Hobby Lobby. She got them, I would say probably 2.5 years ago, but I have seen them there since. So you can still find them there. And then the crates that you're gonna see here in a few minutes that are on the bottom of the pantry, those were actually from a store that went out of business by us. It was a Bible store, and my mom got them from there. They're so nice and really good quality, so I wish I could link them for you guys. So this is the after of what the pantry looks like. It's so organized and functional, and they absolutely love it. So I ended up putting the cereal back on the top shelf. I just felt like it was the most functional there. And then we just had some extra stuff for the kids when they come, so like applesauce and crackers, and then her everyday things that she uses. And then I organized all of her extra cans and sauces. And then in this portion of the closet is all of the rice and the pasta. This container portion of the closet had some snacks that my parents eat often. And then down on the lower shelves are the things that they don't use as much. So some of the snacks for like the grandkids I kept down here. And then the onions and potatoes because they're not using them like every day. And then in the very bottom of the storage space is all of the her baking supplies. And then down here, these are those wooden crates that I was talking about, and they literally fit absolutely perfect in this space. So this is just all of the extra snacks, chips, and stuff for when the grandkids come over. So absolutely love how this project turned out. Again, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and you haven't. Would love to have you as a part of our YouTube family. And we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Don't you know